We are going to be rebuilding the Atlanta Falcons. They have a lot of interest in trading for Lamar Jackson. I think this makes the most sense for both sides. The Falcons have had a quarterback like Lamar before, named Michael Vick. So maybe Lamar could be Michael Vick 2.0. The Falcons have some young offensive talent like Drake London and Kyle Pitts, who are both first-round picks, both in the top 15. They also have Cordell Patterson at running back. He's a little bit older, but he just came off of a really good season. And then at the top here, they have AJ Terrell, who is a young corner. He'll definitely last through the remainder of the rebuild. They have some really good players on this team. And if Lamar showed up to Atlanta, they could do some serious damage in the NFC South. Development trait regression will remain off. All the injuries are off. And we're playing on all Madden. If you think I should change anything, let me know in the comments below. We're going to go ahead and import the 2023 NFL Draft Class. The Philadelphia Eagles do win the Super Bowl, 34-31, and Jalen Hurts walks away with Super Bowl MVP. We have 117 mil in cap, so we have plenty of money, and there's really not a lot of people to sign. Not as many as I thought, at least. Lorenzo Carter, let's try to put him on a neutral deal. We have Isaiah Oliver here. Maybe he'll take a 4-year just for some depth at cornerback. Damiere Byrd here is the last guy I'm going to re-sign. So we have 103 million in cap space. But then I thought to myself, we need to get Lamar Jackson. And we're probably going to have to sign him to a huge deal. So let's not go for anybody in this free agency. We'll wait and see how much money we have left next year. So this is what our roster is looking like before the Lamar Jackson trade. Center and right tackle, not too great. The wide receiver room needs a lot of work, but we have a young star in Drake London. Kyle Pitts is there. And on defense, AJ Terrell looks really good. Grady Jarrett looks good. But the rest of our team looks kind of rough. How old is Richie Grant? He's only 25. So we have a young free safety who could probably stay there for at least the next couple years. Strong safety, not so much. And on the D line, we need some work. I ended up trading for another first-round pick so we can give the Ravens 3 first-rounders for Lamar. And they should 100% accept it, and they do. Maybe if we throw in a 4th, it could knock it up. And it does. So we don't have a pick till pick 23 of the 2nd round. We have Blake Freeland here. He is 6'8" with agile archetype, and he has B pass block and B run block. He's the 2nd strongest left tackle in the draft. So let's take a chance on Blake Freeland. And that is a bust. So with our 3rd round pick, we're going to go Ricky Stromberg. A to C run block, B pass block, A to C impact, and he has normal dev. Kayshon Boutte, or Kayshon Boutte, with our 4th round pick. He's surprisingly still sitting here. I think he could be a pretty good wide receiver for us, especially with how weak our wide receiver room is. And he does have hidden dev. We're going to try to trade away the rest of the picks we have in this draft for the Browns' current pick. And that works. This Iziem, or I don't know how to say his name, but Iziem Young, he's 5'10", 210 pounds, but he's got A tackle, C zone, A to C hit power, and C to F man coverage. His man coverage is C and his hit power is A. This guy will be really good. He ran under a 4.5, so he's pretty fast. I think we take a chance on him, but he's normal dev. So looking at our draft recap, we got 370 pluses, all normal dev, but we did get a hidden dev Kayshon Boutte, but I thought he'd be a little bit higher of an overall. And I thought we traded away all of our draft picks, but we didn't. We had 2 leftover 7ths, which was pointless to have because they're only 64 overalls. So the player in the 7th round that the AI drafted us was actually hidden dev. That's pretty wild. There is a lot of potential on this team. Lamar Jackson has a lot of stars to throw to already. Drake London and Kyle Pitts. Kayshon Boutte could actually become something. We tried to fix the line in the draft. We did get the right tackle, but he's still not as good as I would want him to be. And then center-wise, we have Stromberg playing backup. Maybe we could get rid of this center because I'm pretty sure he's young. And he is. He's only 24. And I think maybe we could just get rid of him, start Stromberg, get a little more draft capital. We have 2 really good running backs, Cordell Patterson and Tyler Algier, who had a really good rookie season. Defensively, we have a lot of work to do. I didn't fix anything in this offseason. I tried to take this Azim Young, but he's kind of disappointing. But we could also look to trade FALCONS away. He still has some trade value because he's only 26. So maybe if we trade our starting strong safety and if we trade our center, we could get a little more draft capital for next year. If we can get a 2nd rounder from the Bears, this would be great. It won't even be close, but maybe we can give up one of our draft picks. I'll be willing to even swap a 3rd for another 2nd, and that will work. We got rid of our center, and we're starting our rookie. And then on defense, we also got rid of our strong safety, and we're starting our other rookie that we traded up for. We are 3-3 right now in this tight NFC South race. Bucks and Panthers are only 4-2, so we could definitely still win the division. LAMAR, aka Michael Vick 2.0, wins us the division in his first year, and we get the #1 seed. Kayshon Boutte is all the way up to 75 with morale right now. Kyle Pitts has improved a lot. Both of our linemen have improved to a 74 overall. And then defensively, AJ Terrell's still a superstar, but I'm very happy that we won the division. I'd like to see us win this divisional game, that's for sure. So we do face the Giants. They are 11-6. Can we win this one? We lose. We get bounced in the divisional round. We win the division. We get #1 seed, but we lose. This is a really odd Super Bowl. Jacoby Brissett wins Super Bowl MVP, and the Panthers win 31-20. How did the Raiders make the Super Bowl? We have 12 players ready to negotiate, and right away we're going to jump into Lamar Jackson. He's going to want a huge deal, but he has really high interest. So if we can just put him on this neutral 5-year deal, that would be great. And he will resign through the remainder of the rebuild. We're going to look to give AJ Terrell a very player-friendly deal. I think it's worth all the money. We'll re-sign him through the remainder of the rebuild, and he is going to be a star for the years to come. Chris Lindstrom, we have to re-sign him as well. I'll give him a very player-friendly deal because he'll be a 99 possibly by the end of this rebuild. Matt Hennessy only wants a 1 year, but we'll give him a 4 because it's super cheap and we don't want to have to go for another left guard yet. Solomon Thomas is going to be the last guy. We'll just give him a 1 year. So the negotiation period went a lot better than I thought. We are still sitting on $100 million after signing Lamar. So the first guy we're going to target here is Rashawn Gary. Superstar, only 26 years old. He's worth all the money that we're going to give. I'll be willing to give Tremaine Edmonds a 5-year deal. I went up on the money a little bit, but if we can get him, our linebacking core will be insane. So we did get Terrell Edmonds and Rashawn Gary. Both of these players are going to help this team out a lot. It makes the defense look a lot better. Besides, we need some work on cornerback still, D-line, and definitely middle linebacker too. But I think our defense looks a lot better. And then looking at the offense, Kayshon Boutte has superstar dev. I was confused on how he got that at first, but then I looked and he won Offensive Rookie of the Year. We did lose Cordell Patterson, and I'm assuming he retired. So going into year 2, Lamar Jackson has a much better defense, and he has 2 really good receivers, plus an amazing tight end. This line also looks not as bad as it did to begin with. Maybe we could still look to go for a better center or a better right tackle, but I'm super impressed with how we're looking in year 2. So the Bears did get the #1 overall pick again, and we traded for their second rounder, so we have the first pick in the second round. Tony Denmark, he could be a day 1 starter with this second round pick. We can move him to left end, and he has A, power moves, and C, finesse moves, and that's really good considering he's a power rusher, so he's good in both. He's not bad, at least, in the finesse move category. So let's definitely take a chance on Tony Denmark. He does have hidden dev, 88 acceleration. We have another second round pick, and we should go Ricky Parks. He's 6 foot, 250 pounds, and he has pretty good key ratings. And his combine and pro day wasn't bad at all either. So at the end of the second, we took a chance on him. He is really fast, but he is normal dev. Wow, we did amazing in this draft. A 75 overall hidden dev with the first pick of the second, and then we had a 74 overall normal dev, but for the end of the second round, and for the low amount of picks we had in this draft, we did really good. On defense, we had a really good offseason. We got 2 good linebackers and a middle linebacker too in the second round who should be good for depth. And then at right end, that was an amazing pick. He's really fast, has 88 acceleration, a 75 hidden dev when I wasn't even expecting to really get anything right there. That's really good. We are 1-5 at the mid-season. And offensively, we have decent numbers, but on defense, we've gotten worse somehow. Maybe this defensive playbook isn't very good, but I try to stick with the same playbook the entire time because this is realistic. So why would I change the playbook? So I don't really see what happened here. Young goes up to star dev, and nothing really changed. Our cornerback room could be so bad maybe that they're just giving up a bunch of touchdowns. I don't know what the deal is. We finished 7-10, and I don't understand how we did worse this year than last year, considering our defense was so much better. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs will go back to their normal ways of winning the Super Bowl. Kyle Pitts needs to be re-signed. We definitely want to re-sign him, and he will re-sign. We're just going to let everybody else go. So we have $73 million to spend. Give him a 3-year deal. It's a lot of money, so we'll just give him that. And the other only guy we're going to try to go after is Carlton Davis. We did get Chris Godwin, which is super big for this offense. We have an amazing wide receiver room now, so Lamar Jackson has no excuse. Defensively, we did get Carlton Davis, so that helps our cornerback room out a lot. So we have Geo McPherson here, who's a top 5 projection. He has A to C awareness, A impact, A pass block, and A to C run block. He's not the fastest right tackle, but he has elite change of direction and elite agility. So let's definitely take a chance on him. There is no way that he's not hidden dev. Let's go. Hidden dev, 82 strength. We're going to go free safety, Eddie Johnston. Hidden dev, and he is. 91 speed, 86 acceleration, and 90 agility. So we're going to make a trade with the Ravens once again for their next year's second in the 7th round. Wish this right tackle could have been at least a 77 overall, or a 78 even. But he's only a 73, so we have some questions at right tackle. But in the second round, we did get a 74 hidden dev free safety. So going into year 3, we look the best we've looked yet. We picked up Chris Godwin, who was definitely the biggest acquisition this free agency. Everything else looks the same on offense besides this right tackle here, where I'm thinking we might want to trade Jake Matthews and then move Freeland over to left tackle and start McPherson at right. so we could get maybe some more draft capital, or even trade for maybe a different player that we need on defense, like maybe a D tackle or maybe a third corner. But other than that, we look really good, and we could definitely win a Super Bowl this year. So we're going to try to give up Jake Matthews for a Vikings second round pick. Surprisingly, they took that. I didn't think it would go through as easy as it just did. So now with Jake Matthews gone, we're going to make Blake Freeland our right tackle. So this is now what the offensive line looks like now that we traded Jake Matthews. I'm really hoping Gio McPherson can hit with a superstar dev. We are 5-2 at the midseason, but I'd like to check and see if we have any dev reveals. So our second round pick, Eddie Johnson, gets his revealed, and he is a superstar. After missing the playoffs last year, we will finish 11-6. We are facing the Detroit Lions that are 9-8, and just like that, we're out of the playoffs. Somehow the Panthers win the Super Bowl again, and they beat the Chiefs 27-20. Deshaun Watson wins MVP. So we have Drake London here, 5-year. Give him a little more money just to be nice. He will take that. Tyler Algier had a lot of interest, and we gave him the neutral deal, but he still doesn't want to sign. Carter can get re-signed to a 1-year deal. Arnold, I'm not going to attempt to say his name, but we're going to give him a 3-year neutral deal, and he will also sign. Grady Jarrett wants a 2-year deal, and I actually think that's perfect. Now we'll get him with us through the remainder of the rebuild, and he will easily resign. We are going to actually have to franchise tag Tyler Algier. It's a lot of money for 1 year, but I can't afford to get rid of him. Let's try to bring in DJ Reader. We need some D tackles, and I think he will definitely sign with us. That's all we're going to do in free agency this year, so we're going to just move on to the draft. So there weren't really any D tackles that were worth drafting this high, but this Jacoby Wagner could definitely be the guy. I will say his key ratings don't look good though, but with 6'3" and those physicals, he could be a Tariq Woolen type, but he does only have normal dev. We're going to try to go for another corner. He does have hidden dev. We're going to try to go Dom Zimmerman, D tackle. Looks pretty good. If he has hidden dev, he'll be really good, and he does have hidden dev. And then with another second round pick, we're going to go Ron Vanover. A power moves, A to C finesse moves. So he could possibly be A in both. And he's pretty fast. He has good physicals. So we have to take a chance on him. But he's normal dev. So we're just going to end it there for this draft. Our cornerback at pick 23 is a 76 overall, but he doesn't have hidden dev. And then our second corner we took was a little bit lower in overall, but he did have hidden dev. And then this Zimmerman guy had hidden dev at 71 overall. And Vanover was a 73, but had normal dev. So it must have been a really deep draft class. So this is the team going into year 4. No changes have really been made on offense, but on defense, we did draft 2 corners. So maybe we move Nelson up, and let's move Oliver down. I like it like that. Maybe Wagner up one more. Maybe we should do it like that for now. That'll probably work. We did put this D tackle up, and then everything else looks the same. We got some dude named Jeffrey Trapp, which is kind of a cool name. And it must have been an AI that drafted it, because I didn't draft them. So let's try to win a Super Bowl this year. I really say this every single season, but I really think this team could do it this year. So our offensive rushing yards per game is 29 right now. Defensively, we still haven't improved that much, especially on run defense. But I'm going to look to maybe trade for a running back. We're going to give away Tyler Algier and 2 second-round picks to the Jets for Breece Hall. This is an attempt to try to get our running game better, and that is not enough. So maybe we should just hit him with the next year's first-round pick, because we don't want to lose this last pick we have, and they will take the deal. I think Breece Hall is going to help us. I thought he would maybe have Superstar or Superstar X Factor, but he doesn't. So maybe I spoke too soon. I don't know. Our offensive rush yards went up, and we are 25th. So we've moved up a little bit. We do turn this season around with Breece Hall at running back now. The Falcons finished 9-8, and we face the Rams in the wild card. So we do beat the Rams 45-22. But we are now playing the Packers in the divisional. We beat the Packers 23-17. We play the Lions, and they are 9-8. So it is two 9-8 teams in the NFC Conference Championship, and we win. We are in the Super Bowl. We play the 13-4 Indianapolis Colts. So going into the Super Bowl, this is what the roster looks like, and it is all the way around unbelievable. We have an amazing wide receiver 1 with Chris Godwin, a first-round pick Drake London at wide receiver 2, and then a 4th-round pick in superstar Kayshon Boutte. So we have that, and Breece Hall, and a really good offensive line, and a tight end that's a generational talent. And on defense, Carlton Davis goes up to superstar, and Rashawn Gary goes up to superstar X Factor, and Lorenzo Carter gets superstar. So this whole team and Trap gets superstar X Factor. So the AI drafted him in the 3rd round, pick 23 of the 3rd round. And this guy has superstar X Factor, and he's not even starting. So we're going to jump right into the Super Bowl. All right, so here we go into this sim. We start off 3 down. We score. We score again. We're up 2 possessions. We're up 3. Can our defense stop them? They do. Our defense is playing much better, and I say that too soon because Indiana scores, but we score right back, and it's 28-18, and we're pulling away 35-18. We pull away in this Super Bowl. We are gonna win the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson and the Atlanta Falcons are able to accomplish something together that I think in real life could be possible too if the Falcons trade for him. So it looks good to see our team finally winning the Super Bowl in one of these episodes. Lamar Jackson wins Super Bowl MVP, and he walks away with his first ring. So that's gonna do it for this realistic Falcons rebuild. We traded for Lamar Jackson, and we got him an X Factor receiver, and we drafted a superstar receiver, and the rest of the offensive line got improved. And on defense, we made a lot of changes. We drafted a lot of rookies that ended up turning into superstar, and we also signed free agents like Rashawn Gary and Terrell Edmonds. I think we did very, very good in this rebuild. For right now, I'll title this video as realistic, but if this trade never goes through, then I'll make it unrealistic. The main question was, can Lamar be that guy for the Falcons? And he is. He even turned out to be better than Michael Vick, simply because he was able to win a Super Bowl. Remember, I will continue to do any rebuild that is relevant to what is going on in the NFL. For example, I might do Aaron Rodgers to the Jets, or any trade like that, any hypothetical or trade that has already happened, I will do. So comment below who your favorite team is and who you would like me to rebuild next, and I will make sure to rebuild your favorite team as soon as I possibly can.